What is up everyone, and welcome to the SW Bricks and Figs channel, and welcome to my review of my brand new Wolfpack Gunship. So this model is actually designed by an amazing builder on Instagram named M5 Builds. You've probably seen him before. A load of other people have built this awesome model, and it's an amazing gunship that is based on the Clone Wars TV show and the gunship that we do see in one of those episodes. And when you do purchase the instructions, they do come with an alternate version sporting the dark blue accents rather than the dark red ones in the Wolfpack color scheme. If you haven't already checked out my full review of the original colored gunship, go check that one out. I'll leave a link up in the top corner as well as in the description. I'll also leave a link in the description to M5 Builds. If you guys are interested in buying these, they cost around $15 for the instructions, which comes with the instructions to build the regular gunship and the Wolfpack gunship, as well as XML files going over every single piece that you need to build these gunships, which is really easy to input into Bricklink. If you want to find out more about that, then go check out the video I made surrounding how to build this gunship. I'll also leave a link down below to that. This model is amazing. I really love the way it's built. I love the sleek design to it. I love how small it is and easy to use in mocks. There are a few areas I'm not entirely happy with, but we'll go over that in today's video. Obviously, I've now had these gunships for around 2 months. This one I very recently built, so I've definitely discovered a few things since I last did the review that I want to bring up in this video. But before we get into the review, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a like on today's video as well. But let's get into a time lapse to show you the build process that I did over the course of 2 live streams and a few hours of building in my own time. So let's get into that. If you want to skip this, I'll leave timestamps down below so you can just skip to the next chapter. But let's get into the time lapse. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so there is the Wolfpack gunship completely built now. I absolutely love this build. The build process for both of my gunships I have enjoyed thoroughly. I think the second one I actually enjoyed more. I really did enjoy this. I don't know whether it's just the process of building a gunship, which is really cool, or whether it's the ease of the instruction manual or anything like that, but I had a ton of fun building this one, both in my own time and with you guys chatting on the live streams. But what you do is you build up this section first, all this main sort of structure down the center with these areas sat in snot. So if you don't know what that means studs, not on top. So the studs are all pointing outwards. Same with this section here. This is all built snot, and I think it looks amazing. Then you have this whole section on top, which is actually detachable right here. So this is all built separately, and this is how the sort of cockpit piece sits on top of the actual gunship. And then you can see the seats are just built into the main structure of the actual gunship, and then you just add the sort of cockpit pieces over the top. This can be a little bit tricky to add back in, but it fits seamlessly overall with the snot design on the sides of the gunship as well. One of my favorite parts of the gunship is the doors. Now with this, I really think the Builder M5 builds favored aesthetics over any sort of structural stability. I mean, they are pretty stable, but with regards to the actual play features and opening and closing them, they are not the easiest thing in the world. You can see they're only connected by one piece right there. I believe in older iterations it was only a droid arm, so that's definitely an improvement right there. But these are yeah, relatively flimsy. I'd say the back door is a lot better than the front door. The front door tends to swivel at this point right here, so you can see if you have this swiveled, it definitely doesn't work as well. You can't close it properly and stuff like that, so you've got to be very careful of that if you are opening and closing the doors. I found the best way to go is just moving it very slow and steadily, and then they fit pretty nicely. They're pretty easy if you just go slow and steady. So you can see if I try to move too quickly, the actual studs disconnect right there, and they do swivel. It's only a one stud connection on this one, so you've kind of just got to grip it by that and sort of twist it as you go, and sort of more hang on to the actual pivoting system and try and make sure that all pivots in the correct manner. But once you have it in there, I think it looks amazing, and I really do love the aesthetics of the doors, not just being sort of plated off with some tiles, but you can actually see right into the center of the gunship like you should be able to do. So beforehand I mentioned the cockpit. This is a really nice cockpit design. One thing I have found is that these pieces do pop off kind of easily if you do. They're only connected by one piece right here, so one stud again, but they look really nice, and they're very easy to open up and add minifigures to. I really like these designs and I think they look awesome. But overall, I really love the cockpits. I think they look amazing. The seats are really well designed and look very sleek, as well as the little control panel in there I think looks awesome as well. I really do enjoy the way this front section of the gunship looks. I think it's really super smooth running up here, and this bit looks amazing in my opinion. Going in from the white into the lime green I think looks awesome as well. And then you have this slight gap in the center right here, just to sort of mimic that black line that would run down the center of the gunship. Now this can tend to sort of push together sometimes, so occasionally you do have to sort of run your nail through it and just make sure both sides are pushed apart. But yeah, overall looks really good. And then you do have these ball turrets on the front which look amazing and do swivel pretty much 180 degrees right here. You can see there's tons of movement in there. They do sometimes happen to pop off, but otherwise they're not too bad. One thing I found is that you do need to be delicate with this model. It's definitely not a play set, it's definitely more of a display set, but if you're delicate and you know how to maneuver it around safely, then it definitely can be really useful in mocks and other things like that. But you do have to be careful. With my other gunship, I did try to add some supports and some stuff underneath it to have it hovering over one of my mocks. However, this went terribly and I ended up shattering pretty much the whole gunship, so this can happen occasionally. And once I had broken the wings once, I found the wings were a bit less structurally stable, so I in the end had to go ahead and rebuild the entire wing for my other gunship. So that's something I'd say, if you do find the wings are falling off a little bit, you can definitely go back in and completely rebuild the structure that connects them, and that'll be the way to solve that problem. I definitely had that problem for a while, but you can see with this one, which I've built properly, you can see the wings are pretty structurally stable. You can see before on the one I had before, I definitely would not have been able to wiggle it around like this. But you can see these wings are made using snot again, so you have all of these bricks laying on their sides facing this way, and then they have a few snot bricks to attach things like these ball turrets right here. These are actually the ones that are automated turrets, so these are really accurate to what we see. And then you can see this is also really nicely done with the slithers of dark blue accenting all of these white pieces right here. I definitely would recommend going with brand new white pieces if you're going to build this model. I definitely would not recommend buying used pieces. It will definitely stand out if you even have one yellowed piece. You'll definitely notice it, and it will definitely ruin the aesthetic of the whole gunship. You can see around the back we have this nice again sort of sloped piece right here. This fits perfectly onto all of the different angles that are created using these wedge plates and wedge tiles. I think this is really nice, and you can see this is just built like so, and is a really accurate thing to what we see in the TV shows. Around the back we also have another turret right here. This one definitely has less posability, and you do have to be careful because it is connected into the piece that connects all of this piece into the top section of the gunship, so you don't want to be going around pushing or pulling too much on the back end of the gunship because it could cause this bit to pop off. However, I think it looks amazing and is very aesthetically pleasing. So if we move up the wings, you can see the big turrets on top, the main feature of the gunship, look really good. They're built using these pieces right here. These are kind of like an older piece I think, but they look really nice, and you can see they just connect nice and easily to the actual wing itself. And then you have all of these cone pieces stacking up with some bar pieces connecting all of these different cylinders to the actual structure. And then at the back you can see we have a load of dish pieces stacked up to mimic the back of the turret right there. But this looks really good, and I think it's very accurate to what we see. And this can just be pushed down like so, and then there we go, that's all connected right there. On top of the actual gunship itself, you have these missiles. These are not functioning at all like any of the play features in the old Lego sets. However, they look really good, and they definitely fit what they should do in the scenes. I think this is probably one of the most minifig scale accurate gunships on the market right now. I think this coupled with Brickvault's new gunship are the best ones that fit in the minifig sort of scale, if that makes sense. So these are really nicely scaled to the minifigures. With regards to the section in here where you sit all of the minifigs, there definitely isn't enough space for how many you'd see in the actual Clone Wars TV show being stacked inside the gunships. However, you can fit a fair few figs inside here, especially if you keep one of the doors open as if they're shooting out. I really love the Republic symbol on the sides, but this doesn't just provide a nice little detail. I really like how this sort of tells you where to hold. I like to sort of aim for these Republic symbols when I do pick up the gunship, and I lift it up just like that. It's quite a heavy model, but it definitely is nice and easy to carry if you hold it there. You've got to be careful you don't knock off any of the wings or anything, but it's pretty sturdy, and if you just grab for those Republic symbols, you can definitely easily pick it up by the front here. You definitely don't want to be picking it up any further forwards, because you'll obviously be weighing it down at the back, and you don't want to be picking it up anywhere around here, because obviously the wings are going to be a little bit fragile. But yeah, finally we're going to take a little look at this one compared to the actual Republic gunship in the dark red color scheme. So let's grab that one over and have a look at the two compared. So you can see the only differences are in the change of color between the dark blue and the dark red. The green stays the same, and everything else about the build stays the same. It's just a quick color change between the two, but I'm really glad he included both color schemes into the instruction manual. I really love this gunship. I definitely would recommend it to anyone, especially if you're just looking for a super clean, super sleek, smaller sort of mock that you want to use in your actual bigger, large scale Star Wars builds. I think this is the perfect one for you guys. I definitely would recommend it. I'm definitely going to be using it in my Coruscant mock, which you can see off to the left. I probably will be converting this one back into Republic colors just for now, so I can use two gunships if I do go ahead and use two. But I really love this, and I love the way this looks, and it fits perfectly with the Wolfpack and fits pretty nicely with what we see in the Clone Wars. The one thing I would change to make it more accurate to the Clone Wars TV show is adding maybe a sticker here to show the markings that the gunship has on the side right here with the Plos Bros motto. I love this detail, and I definitely would be looking into getting some stickers in the future. However, it's definitely not needed, and I think it looks incredible the way it is. But yeah, that's it for this review of this Wolfpack gunship right here, guys. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. I absolutely love these models. Have you ever built a custom gunship? If so, what is your favorite model that has been put out on the market so far? Mine is definitely the M5 Builds version. However, the new one by David Bucotz and sold by Brickvault is amazing as well. But let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback and comments on whether you prefer this one or the regular one right here. Let me know that one as well in the comment section down below. As always, leave a like on today's video if you did enjoy, and smash that subscribe button for more awesome LEGO Star Wars content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.